We're continuing our conversation on Nevada Week Extras, and we want to touch upon a little bit more. We are in the 80th legislative session. What's going on in legislation, Matt and Jeff? What's in development? What do we see maybe down in the next couple of weeks that's going to come down? Jeff,
it's always an exciting time when they have legislative year. You know, it's three to 4 months of just really hectic and trying to get in there and talk to legislators. So it's a really exciting time. Our Assistant Library Director, Joan Dallasung, is also the Nevada Library Association Government Relations Chair. So she has these great connections with these legislators, and we work with Clark County as well and talking to them about legislation. So there's a number of legislations coming out right now. First, we're asking for an increase in state library funding. We're asking for an increase in $1.5 million for state library funding. And that goes to bookmobiles, books and materials, technology, and other materials. And so what's great about that is that hits every community in Nevada. So every community gets state grants and aid funding for that. So in Washoe County, our book budget from the state went from $7,000 to $21,000 because of SB249 that happened in the last legislative session. So we're hoping to triple that and make it permanent, and that helps every library in the state, rural, urban, suburban, and it's a really exciting time to kind of do that. Other legislation that's going on right now is SB249 and SB191, and those are all dealing with school libraries, so mandating school libraries, mandating school librarians as well. It's really critical for a school to have certified library staff to guide that. Public library doesn't do the same thing as certified school librarians do. You're looking at curriculum support, buying the collection that supports the teachers and the educators and the students there, and also help them become digital citizens. You mentioned before about the finding out fake news on the internet, and school librarians are a really critical component of that because they don't come to the public library, they're at school all day. And so school librarians play a really critical role in that fact-finding of information. So we're helping to mandate school librarians across state. We're hoping to get increased funding in state library and then see what else comes down the pike, because sometimes things will surprise us.
And it's surprising the next couple of weeks because we're running out of time of introducing new bills.
Right, exactly.
I'm wondering what a library district's role is in a school bill, let's say. I mean, are you advocating one side or the other? Are you just informing why the importance is, or providing data? What kind of role do you have?
Well, we give the information as subject experts as well. So when we testify, we're talking about the need of school librarians. So as a public library, we have this program in Washoe County where children who enroll in school get a library card with that. And that wouldn't have happened without collaboration with the school librarians with the school district. They're a critical partner with us. We also have a partnership with the United Way of Northern Nevada and the Sierras, talking about the grade level reading, the Northern Nevada Reading Coalition that's together. So that's over 30 different organizations working together to get kids reading at grade level and get them school ready. And the school district plays a really important role of that. So without our school librarians, we wouldn't have that way to get into the schools easily and be able to communicate with them and helping the students as well. It would just be a devastating loss if we lost any of the certified teacher librarians that are in there. And so we're hoping with this legislation it helps make that permanent. And makes it mandated, and then it just strengthens the student enrichment and their education as well. And for the public library, it's just a critical role for us to get into the schools.
And maybe, Matt, you could touch upon the importance of state funding, since we're talking about that. I know in both cases, both your districts, most of the funding is coming from local sources, but you do receive quite a bit of state funding. Why is that so important? What kind of gap is that filling that other funding streams are not?
Sure. I think, well, for our library district, like you said, primarily a lot of our funding is made up from local funding through property taxes, either through residential or commercial properties. So we have a small percentage of our funding actually comes from things like fines and fees and rentals of maybe our facilities. So that big remaining gap, right, is filled through state funding and different grants that we can go after and to be supported from other state initiatives. So, there's two other areas as well that I think are important to us as a library district, and that is the safety and the security of our staff and our buildings through the legislative process, and also talking about net neutrality and talking about the purpose of not having filtered information in ways so that our information remains unbiased. Those would be other major issues that are important to us as a library district.